Hello Mzansi, sanamukela la ku Dijo Le Bophelo on SABC 2. This is your favorite show, ngoba it's the only show dealing with food consciousness nama health issues. Niyazi ukuthi about 6.3 million people la eMzansi Africa are living with the HIV and AIDS, and this is the highest number in any country, and 240,000 die of the AIDS every year. This is why namhlanje we are talking about ukudla ne-HIV. Eugenia posted a video on our Twitter page with a few questions ngale topic le.
Hi Dijo Le Bophelo, my name is Eugenia. I've got a couple of questions that I need you to answer for me concerning food and HIV.
Sike sahamba ke sayohlangana no Eugenia to learn more about her before siphendula imibuzo yakhe.
My name is Eugenia Kibini. I'm 40 years of age. I live in Orange Farm, and I'm passionate about educating women about HIV and AIDS, especially those that are living with HIV and AIDS. I've been living with HIV for 19 years now. Found out when I was 19 years of age. And in those years, it was very difficult because there wasn't a lot of information in a very few. How level TV, you know, so what I thought and anyway doctor ya ka neitse ere ke na le 3 to 6 months then I'll be dead. At the end of the day, it's 19 years and I'm standing here and I'm talking about my life. Hence I'm very passionate to educate about HIV AIDS so that I understand that HIV positive does not necessarily mean ke bofelo ba bophelo ba gago. Ke kopa Dijo Le Bophelo le nthusa gore re rute le go informa batho gore ba itse go botlhokwa ba dijo tse ba tshwantseng ba dije or dijo tse di tshwanetseng mo mebele ya bone gantsi thata ha ba leng gore ba phela ka mogare wa HIV.
We are joined by medical practitioner Kgomotso Mogapi, who will be answering Eugenia's questions. Please join in on Twitter at Dijo Le Bophelo, on Facebook and on Instagram Dijo Le Bophelo, or email me dijolebophelo at sabc.co.za. Siyabuya khona manje. Welcome back. Usasanami la ku Dijo Le Bophelo. Namhlanje sikhuluma ngokudla ne-HIV. Eugenia has a few questions and concerns about that. Medical practitioner and favorite doctor Kgomotso Mogapi will be giving valuable answers to Eugenia's questions. But wait, let's find out about our lovely doctor first. Welcome, Dr. Mogapi.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Before the break, Eugenia has a burning issue. She's worried that the people that have contracted the HIV virus are not wary about how important food is to their health. She has specific questions that she posted on our Twitter page, and we will be answering these questions with our expert. You can also have your say on the subject with Twitter at Dijo Le Bophelo, Instagram Dijo Le Bophelo, and Facebook us, or email me dijolebophelo at sabc.co.za. Doctor, let's just enter this ngxoxo. What is HIV virus and how is it contracted?
Well, before we go to the virus itself, I think it's important that we look at what it affects because I think a lot of people know about it. So briefly, it's a human immunodeficiency virus, right? It means it affects humans. Immunodeficiency, it affects the immune system, making it deficient, and it's a virus. So I want us to focus on the immune system and what is it. It's my favorite system because if you can understand the immune system, half the battle is won when it comes to a lot of diseases. Now, what is the immune system? It's the defense of our body. These are the soldiers that keep us alive, literally day and night. Their function is to fight anything that they think is foreign, does not belong to the body, is going to create harm or an insult in the body.
I was about to say, you love saying things that are
Yes,
insulting the body.
they are insulting the
Yeah.
body. So if you can imagine the immune system, if your body is a country like South Africa,
Yes.
right? So there's a great big wall around this country. That is your skin. It's also part of your immune system.
Yeah.
Then situated around on the walls are these cells, these soldiers that are literally on the watch out for anything that comes in. If for whatever reason, something breaches the wall, so you've got a cut,
Yes.
even a cut on your inside, in your mouth, in your gut, in your stomach, and a bacteria or a fungi manages to get in, even within the wall, there are other soldiers that are waiting there. So it's part of a great system. And then if it enters into your blood, there are other cells. So the whole point of the immune system is to keep you alive. It includes your skin.
Yeah.
It includes different kinds of cells. It includes different kinds of proteins. It's like an orchestra. Now, here's the important thing with relation to the HIV virus, is that this virus now is so incredible. It affects the immune system.
Yeah.
And it particularly targets the CD4 cell. Now, why is the CD4 cell important? This is the commanding officer. This is the one that tells everybody, right, there has been a breach, everybody get to action.
Yes.
So now if the commander is dead or asleep, you can understand that nobody does anything. They
Yes.
see their things around insulting the body, but they're almost paralyzed to act. That is HIV with the immune system.
You know, the way you're speaking, it sounds as if we need to protect our immune system, which protects us.
Absolutely.
Wow. And how is HIV contracted?
So the virus itself is found in body fluids. So you'll find it in blood. So anybody who's using needles or through blood transfusions, not
Like
to scare
doctors?
people. Yes, needle prick injuries. But our blood is screened properly to make sure that we reduce the incidence of that happening. So in breast milk as well, the virus is found, and obviously in body fluids, in sexual exchange, so in vaginal fluids and in semen as well is where you find it. So that's how it will be transmitted, body exchange and body fluids.
Let's move to the next question.
Please tell us what type of foods are good for our immune system.
Good one.
Well, I like that, whether you've contracted the virus or not. So what we'll be presenting today really is for everyone, as I said, because if you can keep your immune system strong, you can avoid all the other diseases. Before we get into the food, because if you understand, they say nobody dies of HIV and nobody dies of AIDS, because what is AIDS? It's an acquired, so you get it, immunodeficiency, so you acquire a deficient immune system,
okay.
and you end up with a syndrome, which is multiple different kinds of disease, anything.
Okay.
So a person with a weakened immune system can die of anything, pneumonia,
or
TB,
hence they say that a
even
lot.
gastro, where they have runny tummy. But can you see that it's possible for somebody who is not HIV positive to end up with an acquired immunodeficiency syndrome?
Yes.
If your immune system becomes weak.
Yes.
So even if you're not HIV positive, this show is for you because it's about strengthening your immune system. Now, what are the things that you can eat? I keep saying the same thing. It's the grains that we need to eat. You need your protein. So it's the legumes, your beans and your
lentils.
peas and your lentils, because I focus on a plant-based diet. And it's the fruits and it's the vegetables that you need to eat. That's just for your general health. But specifically for HIV, I brought us some goodies that we can have a look at so that people know what it is specifically for HIV.
Lovely. You brought? Tell me where to start, doctor.
We'll start with our citrus.
Yes. So grapefruit and some narkies.
Yes. So this citrus fruits, we know they are high in vitamin C. Vitamin C helps to boost your immune system. But the beautiful thing about vitamin C is we discovered it it was discovered then when sailors used to get scurvy, where they used to have bleeding gums. So it's important for keeping your skin and your mucous membranes intact. Remember I said that anytime there's a breach in the skin, which is part of your immune system,
Yes.
so this is what vitamin C will be doing. It also serves as an antioxidant, meaning it cleans your system. So that's what the citrus fruits are. So your grapes and your grapefruit. If you don't like the taste of the grapefruit, just remove as much of the pith, the white part, as possible. But remember, you should rather eat with your frontal lobe, eating because you know this is good for you. Yes. So that's the citrus with their vitamin C.
Lovely. What do you want me to go to next?
Let's get something else of a different color. So let's get our green over there.
Beautiful. Spinach.
Yes. So then what you want to do is get your green leafy vegetables. They're rich in different kinds of vitamin Bs. I don't know, people who are HIV positive tend to have that loss of sensation or pins and needles in their feet. They complain about that feeling that's very uncomfortable, and it's from lack of B6. So eating green leafy vegetables like spinach, and we've spoken about kale, you need to have that to increase your vitamin Bs, to boost your immune system as well. Now, as you're looking here, we've got fruits and vegetables. What you really want to do is make 50% of your meal fruits in their raw state and vegetables in their raw state as well, because you're going to get not just the vitamins and the minerals that come with it, but you're also going to get the enzymes that digest the food, because you know, as you start cooking the food, it starts losing its energy, it starts losing the enzymes, so you have to use your own bodily enzymes. So eating these in their raw state is actually going to help boost your immune system as well and require less from your own body.
Okay.
Yes.
Where am I going next?
Now we're going to move to things that are not necessarily fruits or vegetables. You can bring me the both of them. So the two that are together.
I'm bringing this
yes,
here. So it's garlic and ginger.
Garlic and ginger.
Very popular with you, this.
Yes. Let's start with ginger. Ginger really is just one of those amazing, it opens up and it helps with congestion of the mucous system. And it also helps with digestion, because if you know, a couple of people that are HIV positive tends to be suffering from diarrhea and nausea, especially if they're on medication. And you know, medication for anti-nausea, you know, you see it says you cannot be taking for more than 10 days. So if you have your ginger as part of your daily routine, you make it as a ginger tea, you put it in your food, in your stews. It makes food really delicious, and it's got that anti-inflammatory properties.
Lovely.
And then garlic. One of my favorite things. Get used to the smell. I say, have the whole family eat garlic. That way you're all smelling the same, right? Yes. Right. So it's got anti-inflammatory properties, but it also has allicin. It's got antibiotic, in a sense, without necessarily causing harm to your own body. I usually say it this way. Even mosquitoes don't want to bite you when you've eaten garlic. Nothing wants to touch you when you've eaten garlic. So it also helps with reduction of fever, because sometimes you see people that have fever and we don't know the cause. So if you're regularly eating garlic, and how would you eat it? You can chop it up and cook with it. You can chop it up and put it in your salad. You can take a whole clove whole and just swallow it with water.
Oh, because you've said this before.
Absolutely.
So like a pill, swallow it with water, just like a pill.
Swallow it with water, yes.
Am I moving to our favorites, the turmeric and birdseed, shall I say?
Let's start with the turmeric.
Yes.
Turmeric has anti-inflammatory properties. So what happens is with some of the food that you eat, with your body having an insult to it, inflammation is always happening. So you want to help your body by reducing the inflammation. That's then your specialized cells can deal with the organisms themselves. So it's not that it necessarily is going to be fighting the virus itself, but it boosts your immune system by targeting certain parts of the response, so that your CD4 counts, CD cells, can actually be focusing on clearing the virus as much as possible. And then it's funny that you call it bird food. A lot of people call it bird food.
Yes.
So what we have there is a seed mix. It's got pumpkin seed, it's got sesame seeds, flaxseed, and sunflower seed.
Yes.
This is an ultimate seed mix. What you want to get out of it is on the inside.
Are you going to tell the people what you told me about getting a grinder?
You need to get, you know, we don't advocate using coffee, right, because of the caffeine.
Yes.
But if you have a coffee bean grinder, don't throw it away, because then you can use it to grind up the seed and get what's on the inside. With particular relation to HIV, what you're looking for is for the zinc that comes with it, because zinc has been shown to be an immune booster as well. So you've got your seeds, you've got your turmeric, You've got your garlic with ginger. These I must have in every home. They last a little bit longer, so you can buy them at the beginning of the month.
Nice.
And on a weekly basis, you want to be getting your fruits and your vegetables. And you want to be making sure that you're eating 3 fruits each day and 3 vegetables each day.
Yes.
But it's something that you would be eating with your frontal lobe, knowing that it's good for you, it's got the enzymes that you need. You're eating it instead of trying to eat too many pills, right?
The frontal lobe I feel like it needs a lot of training because this is where it comes from.
Absolutely. Once you know all these things, it becomes easier for you to do it because you know it is good for you.
Next question.
What type of foods should we avoid that are not good for our immune system?
What food should we avoid? That is the biggest question.
Well, the food that's most likely in most of our cupboards at home. So we need to avoid anything that puts a stress on the body, anything that causes an insult to the body, right? So then I've brought a couple of other foods so that we can have a look at them. So they will be essentially, they're totally opposite of what we've just presented here.
Shall we go ahead?
So let's go ahead.
We're going to
Let's start with people's favorite.
The meat.
The meat.
This is fried, this is grilled, this is salted, this is high fat content. Please break it down.
There are a number of reasons why meat is not good for anybody, for anybody's immune system. Eating meat produces an acidic condition in the body, which then affects your calcium level. So, and eating in production of this acidic level, it also produces a toxic reaction within the body. So, toxic reaction is what? An insult to the body.
Yes.
So, immune system now, instead of dealing with tuberculosis and other things, is now dealing with the fact that you ate something that was not necessarily good for you. Eating meat takes up a lot of the body's energy to be digested. So the energy that could be going in healing and repairing and making new cells is going in the digestion of the meat. Meat in itself doesn't have enzymes of its own, so your body must bring about its own enzymes for the digestion of the meat. Need I go on?
Okay, in a nutshell.
So, in a nutshell, getting our protein from a plant-based diet is so much better. The quality of the amino acids that we get from there are better.
Can we deal with this?
Yes.
Please. Please, this is so popular.
Fried foods. So it's got meat, it's got potatoes. There's nothing wrong with potatoes.
Potato.
It needs to be said, there's nothing, but it's how they're prepared.
How
so
do you
these
prepare
are
potatoes?
deep fried. So what I would do for those, because everybody loves potatoes,
Yes.
is you would chop them up in whichever way, wedges, even this way. And then what you would do is you would boil them gently.
I thought you would put them in an oven.
Firstly, because I know how people love them as slab chips, right?
Okay.
So what you do is you boil them gently so that they don't break apart.
Okay.
Right? And then what you do is you can put them in the oven and bake them, having sprinkled some herbs, some spices and some olive oil, and you gently bake them. And then when you take them out, because you don't want to put vinegar, then you would squeeze some lemon on it. Very delicious.
I do prefer your preparation of this. Unlike ukusebenzisa le oil yakudala and then high amount of salt and pepper, tomato sauce, it's too much.
Absolutely. So the problem is in the cooking method.
Yes.
Deep frying, nothing should ever be deep fried. And the kind of oils that you use, but you see, oils should not be heated to high temperatures because then it creates trans fats which affect your body as well.
Oil shouldn't boil at all.
Oil shouldn't boil, yes. Oil should be added at the end of the cooking process, and it has to be either your olive oil or your coconut oil that you're using in terms of your cooking.
Yeah.
Frying as a cooking method is just disease-ridden.
Doctor, your last words.
All we're doing here, which is a great show, is to give people the option so that every time they look at their plate, they can ask themselves, am I eating to boost my immune system or am I fighting my immune system? And then they can make a choice from there.
Yo, I love that. It's very powerful. Think about it. Are you fighting your immune system or are you boosting your immune system? Ngabe khona ukuthi uzofuna ukufakaza kule ngxoxo yami no doctor? Come, tweet me at Dijo Le Bophelo or Facebook me or Instagram me Dijo Le Bophelo or email me dijolebophelo@sabc.co.za. Now this interview is being posted online for Eugenia to view and take some notes. Now you can also log on usibukele futhi on our SABC education page khona lapha ku YouTube. Look for Dijo Le Bophelo. After the break sibuyela ku Eugenia to hear what she has learned from ingxoxo yami no Dr. Mogapi. Siyabuya khona manje. Welcome back. Sisasa sonke la ku Dijo Le Bophelo on SABC2. When we met Eugenia earlier on live showing, ebefuna ukuthi simncede ukuthi educate abantu about the importance of ukudla when living with the HIV. She has seen ingxoxo yami no Dr. Mogapi online. Ake sibuyele ku Eugenia and find out what she's picked up from today's chat with my expert.
After watching the show, ke leboga Dijo Le Bophelo ka information e ba e fileng batho le education e ba re fileng yona. Ene ke batla hape le go leboga gore ga ba bua fela ka dijo tsa ba tse re tshontseng re dije ba buile gape ka gore batho ba tlhaloganye gore HIV and AIDS ke goreng. Ene le gore hape ke lebogela gore doctor o buile ka taba ya morogo in many ways tse re ka merogo in different manners gore re ka tswella pele re ja the way re ka jang ka teng, especially ka ditho tse di green gore di re fa dikotla tse di jwang. Ene ke batla gape le go leboga gore a re gopotse gore re tlogele go tabogela ko dijo tse re di reka mo strateng, especially di takeaways. Re apeyeng batho ba South Africa, a re apeyeng bagolo. So ke lebogile gagolo. Ene ke a itse gore ga ya tswela nna fela mosola, e tswetse le batho ba le bangata mo South Africa mosola o leng gore ba tla itse gompieko gore o HIV positive, o nwa treatment, o mme, o ntate, o ngwana, botlhokwa ke bofeng. So ke lebogile gagolo Dijo Le Bophelo le Kgomotso.
Iphela kanjena ke ishow yethu namhlanje. Kodwa ningastress niyazi ukuthi ingxoxo iyaqhubeka ku social media. Angilahlele nge-tweet uthi @Dijo Le Bophelo or Facebook futhi ku-Instagram @Dijo Le Bophelo or email me dijolebophelo@sabc.co.za or uhambe uyephostini ungilahlele ngencwadi. Kwazi bani, maybe your letter will be the one selected for the subject for next week's show. Masihlangane la kwa SABC2 for more Dijo Le Bophelo. Next week same place same time. Ngizobe ngila wena. Bye bye.